I'm back again. This is going to be a midweek release unboxing video. It is the decals in Ziploc bags, fortunately, of the trim from Lake Monster Details for the Enterprise B. I'll be able to... Here's the first one. This is the Enterprise B. So, picture and the guide. Now what I have here is the stiff cardboard, which should be able to fit behind the decals and their trim guide so that you can fit them in the Ziploc bag. Now let me just do a fit test of that. Make sure it works, and I will be right back. There we go. I found a slightly thicker Ziploc bag with that will allow me to put the plastic backing in there. I mean the cardboard, and the decal will fit on top because that's the same bag it came in. Now the Enterprise B. Well, I remember I'm getting from the other company the Excelsior. I'm getting 2 of them, so that should help. And you've got placement guides for the Lakota and the Enterprise B. So let me put the Excelsior ones with a cardboard backing behind them too. Alright, slightly easier to fit the cardboard backing into this smaller Ziploc bag that it came in. There you go. And the Excelsior decals. I'll use the instructions to cover them. Okay, so now I'll get the instructions and decals out and we'll go through them one by one. I mean set by set. Alright, here we go. So, you have the trim of the Enterprise B. Now the interesting thing is to note, let me get in front here. The interesting thing to note is you still have a dark blue stripe. And the thin stripe and the aqua stripe is thicker. You have the ones for the nacelles. You have the RCS thrusters. Yeah, Lake Monster Details, okay. The trim for the bottom of the saucer. The fantail trim. I guess the powered down impulse engines. Then you have the big ones there. Bottom of the secondary hull. Near the shuttle bay. Inboard and outbound nacelle struts, the horizontal part. RCS thrusters, looks like maybe hatch covers. Looks like a few windows, maybe not. Under the torpedo bay, tail fins, RCS thrusters. This is the top of the secondary hull. That's the top of the bridge trim. That's the top of the star drive hull. Okay, so that's pretty good there. And then you have the placement guide. So it tells you which number. Okay, the interesting thing is none of the decals are numbered. Except on the sheet. Ah, that's what they did. So they wouldn't get the decal numbers on the sheet. Huh, that's interesting enough. I don't know if there's a way to mark them with black Sharpie on the decal film. That's correct. It might run. Maybe that's why. Oh, look. There's also an deflector dish decal, so you don't have to paint it. All right. So you see all the guide on how to put everything. And look. Phaser banks. So it lists exactly what they are in each section. There you go. Primary hull, lower saucer. All right, I get it. Accent decals around the bridge. Work from the inside out. Yep. Okay, I get it. It tells you where to use decal set solution, which is the microsol, which is right here. Hull body panels, phaser banks, ventral hull panels, deflector dish. Look, warp support pylons and trim and accent decals before you apply them to the hull. Good. Before you glue it in place. Micro scale liquid decal film works very well. Oh, a thin, clear lacquer to the decal sheet before you apply anything. High gloss finish to the model to prevent silvering. High set solution like microset is highly recommended. Okay, good. Very good. So I'm using it for the Enterprise B, not the Lakota. I will use the blue for the Lakota, just like I did with the 25th century, 24th century Enterprise B. In 2500 scale, I went for the blue trim, not the aqua. I have yet to do a small scale Enterprise B for the 24th century, but I will get there. So now I will put the decals away and move on to the registries. Now you must remember that I have two kits for the Enterprise B, both from 1994, and I have yet to determine whether or not which one is actually for the Enterprise B. Okay. Star Trek Generations. Okay. Put these in here, right? Sorry about that, I forgot. Get those old decals in there. There you go. Good. Okay. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I need to replace. See? The Enterprise B decals. Now you can save those registries, but you're not using the blue. What happened here? Now remember, these haven't been open for 3 years. That's okay. It stuck to it a bit, but it didn't break it. Okay, good. But you can see the drastic difference between the aqua trim that they will be, the new ones, and the blue that they are on the ship. So you can see why I'm using that. So I'm going to save the other ones for the Lakota, actually. And of course you have the Aztec decals from the G-cals, but I'm really only using the saucer ones because the Aztecs were just too harsh, as you saw. Well, actually, those didn't look too bad. I'm talking about these ones. They were too harsh, but you don't need to use them anymore because you have the proper ones. Okay, good. But you can use the saucer decals at least. Okay. All right. Good. So there we are. There we go. And then you just make sure that the lighting clear pieces there. There we go. That should work. That should not damage anything. Good. Good. Okay, good. So now we move on to the the Enterprise B. Okay. The trim, the decals for the red. Well, do it in a greenish trim, it'll show up. Enterprise 1701B Aqua Trim. Okay, put it on the side of the box, and you know. There you go. Okay, so the other one will be for the Lakota. I'll get ready for that one. Interesting thing is the Lakota had aqua trim as well. But in this case it's, well, you see, now if you look at this one, again, get at the bag and go like that. There you go. But you see how it's in blue, so I'm going to say, oh, it was blue in the 24th century, and they're the exact They're the exact same ones. Oh, wait a minute. That has Enterprise B registries. Okay, okay. So you can use the extra registries and the extra pinstripes, at least the ones that are not integrated with blue hatches, in case something breaks. Got it, got it. Okay, I'll do that. That's a good idea. So back in the box it goes. There you go. All right. There's a label for the Lakota. Maybe blue trim for the 24th century, just to distinguish the 23rd and 24th century Excelsior refits from each other. Because I know it's aqua on the box, but on the box cover it's blue, and it has Aztec decals all over the place. And I'm going to see if he has masks for that. I'm talking about Lou Del Mesa now. Now this one did not come with saucer Aztecs either, except darker ones, of course. Maybe I'll use the blue trimmed ones from the other ship for that one. I might be actually ordering some. I will check on that, of course, too. And of course, these clear pieces, I'm going to move them so they are in a less precarious position. Like that. There you go. There you are. So there's the Lakota blue trim for Federation models. Here's the Lakota registries. Yes, the new registries. Okay. These are the ones I'd go to first. See? You have the registry number and you have all the windows and everything. Now, if you look at the Lakota, it does say place the trim, and it is aqua. So now let's see, what is the year? What is the copyright year on there? Star Trek, round 2, okay. Lake Monsters on there somewhere. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a whole lot of blue and not a lot of aqua, so I may have to order another aqua trim just to do the Lakota. But I am excited in doing an Enterprise B in 1000 scale. So that's all for that one. I'm going to put everything back in the box here. And we're going to move on to the 1994 scale of Excelsior panels. I also ordered a newer, bluer set. I didn't see any Aztec decal sets yet for the Enterprise B. Unless they're on Cult TV, man. I may have ordered them from that website. I forget exactly what I ordered. I mean, I know I ordered the 1000 scale NX01 decals. But I'm going to have to check when the order arrives and see if the Excelsior Aztecs arrived with them. Because if you can find plain gray Aztecs that fit an Excelsior-Class, and they're good ones, you know, from round 2, just like the ones I got before. Hopefully they're a bit less fragile, though. Then those would be the ones I can use for the NX Excelsior. Plain gray before they had all the colored trim. Alright, so let me get out the Excelsior box. Here we go. Now, the Excelsior is at home with Mom and Dad, but you've seen the pictures before, so you know what I'm talking about. Now, let's just see what's in the Excelsior box for decals right now. Ah, yes, old Aztecs, see? Second set, so it's not complete. It's mostly there. Just not all the way there. And as you see, it has trim. You can see the teal aqua color on there. Now, if we compare it to the saucer trim of the NX class instead of the NCC, you can see how the NX class is actually a bit duller. See? Yeah, a bit more towards the aqua as well. Strange. I have more sets than I can count of the bluish trim, and there's some more teal for the Excelsior, so I'm all set for that kind of trim if I run out of the trim I need for this bridge. But if you take a look at the 94 versus the 2020, you will see the difference. There's the 94, it's quite blue, although faded. There's the teal of the Enterprise. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Much more towards the light blue. We'll see what the later set looks like, of course. Okay, so put all the Aztecs in place. There you go. We got the NX registries left over from the other kit, of course. So every time I find spare decals, I use them. All right, quite a good thing, quite a good collection there. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the trim here. So you have saucer registries again. It's a lot brighter blue on the phone screen than it is to my eye. Secondary hull, bottom or top. Oh, look, 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 look. There's a little pink. There's light blue in there. This has a bit of gray. Tail fins, RCS thrusters. Again, not quite as bright as the RCS thrusters of the other one. That one was trimmed off a bit, so better use these ones, yeah. Okay, bottom of secondary hull, around the warp nacelle struts. Stripes along there. Stripes along here. Saucer, bottom and top. Saucer edges. Nacelle strut pattern. Phaser mounts. Maybe some little windows. Shuttle bay. Okay, so everything's in there. And you've got the guide again to label all the part numbers. I mean decal numbers. And you have the decal placement guide that aligns with those numbers on here. So let me just take one last picture of the Excelsior trim decals, and that'll be all set. There. Okay. And try to get them side by side. All right, so there's a good picture. Let's take one with the light on. Turn the overhead light. Oh, yeah. But maybe get the lighter color back. Not quite. I'll brighten it up. So that's the decals. Then their placement guides. Now I'll put everything away and we'll prepare for the future. See you later. Bye-bye.